In this week's episode of Talking About Orks, we've been going over the Boomdakka Snazzwagons. Now, the Boomdakka Snazzwagon is definitely something that I have not yet played, but seems to be playable. So let's talk about it. It's a 12-inch move on weapon skill 4, ballistic skill 5, strength 5, toughness 6, 8 wounds, 4 attacks, 6 leadership, and a 4-up save. It includes 1 mech special and 1 big shooter, and is armed with burner bottles and a grot blasta. And the best part about the Boomdakka Snazzwagon, it is one of the cheaper ones at only 100 points. Probably still slightly overcosted at that, but for 100 points, I think it's not horribly priced like some of the other ones, but it's pretty good. So, it has big shooter, grot blasta, of course. But the mech special is 24-inch range, assault 9, so again, assault weapon. So for those Evil Sons players, strength 5, AP -2, and 1 damage. So this is going to be for some heavier infantry or for some infantry that's in cover with that extra AP. So Devastators and other non-Primaris Space Marines that are in cover, this will work pretty well. That's a decent number of shots. And then of course burner bottles is a grenade 2d6, strength 4, 0, 1 damage, and do not receive the benefit of cover when saving throws for attacks made with its weapons. So here we go, mob roll, Dakka, and speed mob. So it's got all the relative rules. Grot gunner, add 1 to hit rolls for attacks made with this model's big shooter and grot blasta. So that's pretty good. Billowing fume, subtract 1 from all hit rolls for attacks made with this ranged weapon that target this model, which is pretty good because that can actually stack with exhaust cloud, with the billowing exhaust clouds stratagem. So you can actually have this guy -2 to hit, which is definitely not bad at all. Riding shotgun, when this model shoots, it can throw a grenade and shoot with its pistols in addition to any other weapon, so it can fire everything. There's no restrictions. Of course, the other ones are short range, so you have to get pretty close. And explodes, this model is reduced to 0 wounds, roll a d6 on a 4+, explodes d6 inches, suffers d3 mortal wounds. And it is vehicle speed freak, so that's why you can use this stratagem. And Boomdakka Snazzwagons. So 5 power level, not too bad for what you get. I think these are really good. The downside is it does not have any melee weapons at all. So you're just stuck with 4 attacks at strength 5, no AP on a 4+. So basically just like a knob worth of combat. So it's definitely not a close combat vehicle, considering that it has a lot of short range weapons. And that grenade and the burner bottles and mech special kind of defeats. It's kind of a downside when it doesn't have any melee weapons. But overall, this is some pretty good shooting. I mean, 9 shots, especially with you can use more Dakka on it. You can use, of course, Evil Sons. They can advance and shoot without penalty. Great for being able to get on an objective and still be in range of something important. Of course, Bad Moon's going to be rolling the ones. Can't complain about that at all. 9 shots is actually pretty decent for an Ork weapon. And of course, freebooters, if they can get the thing hitting on 4s, that's going to be really amazing for a decent amount of decent AP. I mean, it's not a great AP. I mean, it's not like it's a rocket launcher or anything, or a plasma weapon, but it is still halfway decent at -2, strength 5 and -2 AP. That's going to be doing some work on some toughness 4 guys in cover, for sure. So there's really not much else to say about the Boomdakka Snazzwagon. I think it's definitely one of the more playables, even if not competitive, of the new buggies, simply because the price is good, the -1 to hit, and a decent number of shots with a decent AP. Still only 1 damage, but still a decent AP is sometimes more important. I said, especially against anything in cover. Very good movement, especially with Evil Sons. It works with all the clans very well. There's really no downside to this except for being a little overpriced. Again, they're all overpriced by 20 points or so. This one's on the lower end of that scale. 90 points would probably be better. 85, 90. I think it's fair for this one. And like a melee weapon with short range shooting, it's not very congruent there. But you're going to be firing mostly with the mech special and the big shooter anyway. Especially since the big shooter is hitting on 4s, and the mech special has plenty of shots. So, have you playing with the Boomdakka Snazzwagons? Again, I think this is definitely one of the more playable of the new buggies. Even if not competitive, it's still really decent and looks like a lot of fun, putting out a lot of Dakka. So let me know in the comments below, and thanks for watching.
Thank you for watching this episode of Talking About Orks. Please subscribe and hit the bell button for notifications for new Talking About Orcs videos every Wednesday, new battle reports every Friday, and hobby videos whenever I can. Thanks for watching.